Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, Insider, intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us in Disclosures. And I'm here with Peter the Insider. We're going to cover a few different topics that we weren't able to cover because we wanted to focus on questions and answers. And so today we will cover some of the topics and current events and whatever else that really kind of piqued my interest, and I wanted to bring this information in to provide a wide variety of topics of what's going on around the world and help us to better understand what's happening, and also to cut through a lot of the misinformation, the covering up, and what is actually happening from an astral perspective. Because, you know, we see with the news and the agenda, of course, they're limited in what they're going to say. And of course, it has to go along with whatever their agenda is. So we are trying to provide information that is more truthful regarding what the intention was behind it and who is behind some of these things that are happening here on the planet. So without further delay, here is Peter the Insider.
Hello to you, Jessica, and of course I wanna say hello to all of our regular, maybe not so regular audience.
Yeah, our audience seems to be growing. I mean, I think we've had people come in and then leave, but we've also had many people that have kind of been there, and once in a while they check in, they don't subscribe, but we're constantly getting information. So if you want to be on board and hear what some of the latest information is, you might want to subscribe and, you know, be aware of some of the more recent news. A lot of people are, you know, kind of covering the same topics over and over again, which is fine. They can do that. But if you want to know more up-to-date information, we will have that here for you. So, all right, here's a current event. For some of you, this means absolutely nothing. But for others who, you know, kind of appreciate talent, or I mean, for me, I really liked Eddie van Halen's talent. And he recently died, what seemed to be a natural death or an occurrence regarding you know, having cancer. And I stumbled on something today, which I kind of didn't make a big deal over it. And I just kind of figured, well, he's 65 and he's not 23 or 27. And he's not, you know, it didn't seem like it was a freak accident. It seemed like it was a natural occurrence. A lot of people are dying right now. And people will always die, you know. But in this case, something sparked my attention where I thought there was some serious foul play, and I will show that in a second. So, Peter, I just want you to share the information that you know about the death of Eddie van Halen.
Okay, so officially it was because of cancer, right?
Yes.
What is absolute nonsense, BS, I don't want to watch my language, bullshit. Because he was poisoned with extremely invasive variation of COVID, and they used technically some sort of cobalt stuff, and as we know, or people they are good in chemistry, they know that cobalt is one of the most poisonous element, human known to mankind. So that's the stuff. And of course, many nanites and femtites were found in his body, but the official autopsy report is absolutely like that is it, that we cannot believe the mainstream media, but not mainstream media. We cannot believe I don't want to say mainstream doctors, but it is technically like, everything is corrupted. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or all of them are corrupted.
Well, the question is he's been getting treatment over in Germany
Yeah?
because of for cancer, which, I know that he looked like a chain smoker, but I mean, not necessarily. That was a lot of people smoke and don't die, so, and he has access to some of the greatest doctors, and there are a lot of rock stars that have done worse than him that are still alive. We all have our time or whatever, but
That is another reason for, make him or made him away, and because this is like, it is absolute nonsense. It is not making any sense in English language, right? And it is like wiping or make him away, like throw him away, and it is like, okay, why? Because they want to have Van Halen logo for another purposes. No.
okay,
This is
but so they're trying to take the energy, but who is this group that's doing this? Who's this group that sacrificed him?
try to think. Nordics.
The Nordics.
Yeah.
And why? Why would the Nordics, they just want energy, or what they need power?
Energy, talents, power, all kind of that stuff. I
So
don't
they
know.
do a sacrifice to take. Okay.
It is not okay, but
Yeah.
I know it's
No.
It's phrased in English language. I know.
He's got a son, by the way. His name is Wolf.
Yeah.
And
Just by the way,
Father Edward.
the oldest Hitler's son in another reality, Wolf. Just by the way.
So is it you saying that he's related to that?
I will be very surprised if it is only an accident.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. So I mean, a lot of people know. I mean, that there was David Lee Roth, which it's almost like Rothschild, but
Yeah.
which is that any connection?
Do you know what? Yeah, they are, because it is like they are making everything on certain purpose or for certain purpose. So that's it. That's it. And
Here's the logo.
Yeah.
And this is what someone did. Biden and Harris. There's the B.
I don't like that.
And an H. That, though. It's the exact same symbol, but it's supposed to be VH. And
I got you. I got
it into a BH. It's still the wings coming out. They use their exact logo. You can see. Right?
I know. And it is not okay. It is not okay. Yep, you are right.
Okay. So, yeah. And he also has this guitar that he created. There was a pattern that he put on there, and he always used that guitar. And
because it creates created stability for
the frequencies that he did.
Yeah, but I mean for electromagnetic fields and direct access to creative energy.
What was who was he for, like, from a soul aspect? I mean, did he have like a connection to realm, or what was his connection? Who was he? That because he was quite, a lot of people liked him.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know exactly because I'm an expert in this field. But he was from God from ancient Greek mythology. I don't want to say he was, but there was this connection for creative-ish gods. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is
Like,
this
I
like
don't know.
Mars or something?
Yes, but give me a second. I'm talking exactly about some god. It's like pure creation. I mean, artistic-ish stuff. Do you know what I mean, like that? But I'm not expert in this field, so I don't want to say nonsenses. Nope.
Well, that's why I said Mars, like the god Mars. You know what I'm saying? Or which one was there a name?
No, give me a second. As I said, I don't know because I am not expert in this field, but I am just saying that.
Yeah, because the way he played music, the use of frequencies was unusual.
Yeah, that's true. But definitely not Mars as Mars because Mars is, like a male god and it's not just male god. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Well, he's a male, so I don't.
no, but I'm just saying that not this kind of connection, okay? This is
Okay,
what I'm talking
all
about.
right, all right. Well, anyhow, like I said, here's, what's Biden and Kamala Harris involved in this? How are they involved? They're part of the Nordics as well.
Yep,
Okay, so they're part of the Nordic agenda to run the U.S.
yep. Technically, shifted from fourth to fifth Reich, you know?
Okay.
It is not okay, but
No, it isn't okay.
despite I know it's only a phrase in English language. Yeah.
So are you saying that they're going to defeat Trump, or they're just playing a
No,
game?
no, I'm just saying that they are playing the game, and if they will, yeah, bad news bears.
Yeah. This is the pattern that he put on
I
his
know.
yeah. That was on the guitar for those that didn't know. Okay. All right, so we're going to go on to the next topic. Mind, space, bending physics on a convenient chip. So this has to do with probably space travel. If they're
Yeah,
able to use a chip to bend
that's
space.
true. That's true, but it's kind of old tech. I mean, they looked like nanites. I think according what I can see, and nanites are way too old, way too old,
Yeah,
way
they're
too
just
old.
leaking information now. So the stuff
Yeah,
that we're
but
seeing,
it's the stuff. It's like yay, brand new stuff. No, it's not brand new. It's like it was new, but maybe like 50 years ago or something like that. Like.
right?
Now they've got femtides. That means x10 minus 15. This is nanites are x10 minus 9. So it's but technically the basic principle is the same. Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
or see the things that are happening now are so far ahead. So in order to actually bring something in that's credible and bridge the information, we almost have to extract from whatever
Yeah.
information they're willing to leak and share with the public, kind of prepare. But like you said, it's 50 years or more behind.
This yes.
Yeah.
This technology. I mean, this tech. Yeah, yeah. This pattern. I mean, I maybe I am wrong, but approximately the right half of the picture is like, what? No, this is old. This is old. Yeah, right, Huff. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is not. This is old. Yeah, yeah. I was like, was like, yeah, this is so perfect. This is interesting. And they were like, once I started in ACIO, and like, no, this is old. You know, it's like boring. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
but
technically,
that helps.
once you want, you can read through that. I mean, because I know that we are giving all links to all of our articles to the description. But if you want to read it, it's not a big deal. It's fine.
Yeah, but the fact that they're able to bend space with the chip rather than just, whatever big technology that they were talking about before in order to do these things, and it was more haphazard, whereas, you can start see that it is very, very intricate in what they can do, and this is one of the examples.
Yeah, I'm just saying that technically it's not that big deal because I'm talking about Monarch. They got it like what? Like, yeah, they started to do so like first half of 70s. They start to, mess around with space, but no, not only space and time. And that's a problem because once you will be able to bend or play in quotes with space, fine. Once you will be able to do that with the time, fine. I mean, not fine, but do you know what I mean? Like separately, no. They start to do so like mutually connected, and that's the problem. I mean, that was the problem. But for our luck, uh, everything they did, eh, it was absolutely it turned to absolute crap for them, and they need to forward it and get it back and all kind of that stuff. And technically it ended up for us with no bad, I mean, negative consequences.
Well, I noticed that I'm looking at this, and they have everything about nanotech, and there's 2D light, there's sensors, here's microneedles, biochips, intelligent nanomaterials for photonics. I mean, they talk about everything here. Plant-based spray, there's a hydrogel that
As
can
I, as
repair
I
nerve
said,
damage.
barbed wire. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
Barbed
and,
wire.
and so what
Yeah,
happens is these really bad entities or people that are possessed or whatever they are being used by the bad corporations, they're getting
mm-hmm.
access to this technology and misusing it.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, so here's what we talked about, the graphene, the graphite sheets used to get next generation smartphones. Graphene detector reveals light polarization. Engineers with nanoparticles. There's a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, I
Development.
think I think I think if someone is interested enough in this kind of topics, yeah, it will worth to get through this link to
Yeah,
this website. Yeah.
we'll have that link there for people to review. So here's uh leaders of Greece's neo-Nazi group Golden Dawn found guilty of running criminal organization. Um I thought it was interesting because they called it the Golden Dawn, and that's the name of the group. And you were just talking about the ancient Greek gods, which is
Yeah.
interesting that this
Yeah.
all fits together as it does. We don't plan it. This is called the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn.
And
This,
if you can see, it is sacred geometry, like total, in quotes, total geometry. Total, that means, like, how can I say it? It is absolute symmetric, if you can see it. And because of this absolute symmetric, like perfect symmetric, they are calling it not absolute, but in quotes total or hermetic. Yeah, yeah. You've got, I don't know how many names for it, but I mean terms. But technically, uh, we are talking about the pretty much the same phenomenon, or I don't know, thing, or I don't know how can I call it. Yeah,
Well, we've
you are
been
right.
talking a lot about the levels of high witchcraft. A lot of people are using them. They're calling it New Age. They're saying that, this is really wonderful, and or even like the law of one or whatever. I think they don't realize a lot of these principles are old principles related to Wiccanism and whatever. So you could see the Golden Dawn, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. It was secret society to develop and study the practice of the study of the occult, metaphysics, paranormal, and also known as the Magical Order. And the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn was active in Great Britain, and the practice of theurgy, which describes the practice of rituals. So people talk about rituals with nature, magic and nature. It's all based on the same principle, and so you can call it all these different names.
But this is
Oh,
this is it.
yeah.
What I talked about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are right.
And here is Wicca. Here is paganism, but it's earth magic. This is related to Aleister Crowley and the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
symbology.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was one bad guy. Yay. This is. I mean, this is even way too wicked even for me. Yay, Aleister Crowley. And he was kicked out of UK. Just by the way.
Yeah, well, he actually lived not far from, he lived in New Hampshire for a while, and well, it's rumored that he was that that Barbara Bush, the wife of George Bush Sr., was the love child of Aleister Crowley and the mother of Barbara Bush. So because
Yep, I
they would
heard that.
spend time in Maine, and you do see a physical similarity. So here's the Hermetic Kabbalah, which is, I mean, we're talking these are very old mystic religions. This is the
Do
Jewish,
you
the
really
Hebrew.
want to call them? Do you really want to call them religions? Let's call them cults. I don't know how we can.
Science. They call it's a type of science because it's earth
Yeah,
science.
technically, yeah, yeah. No, let's make
Look
it.
at
Let's.
there's astral travel, there's scrying. Look at that's what Nostradamus did. He was a scryer. He would look into the
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Geomancy.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is that?
Actually, I know
Yeah.
pretty decent amount of people. They can pretend don't want to say pretend, but some sort of. And I don't want to call it like hybrid hibernation, but like I don't know, one heartbeat per I don't know how many minutes, and the temperature, body temperature will go rapidly down, all kind of that stuff. And I don't like it because for them they're like, nah, like they don't consider it as dangerous, but it is because of this kind of, I don't know which kind of stuff exactly, but it's absolutely crazy. I was like, are you serious? This is not okay. You know.
No, but it's here's another one too. Ciphering manuscripts, which we talk
Hmm.
about ciphering. I mean, there's a lot of a lot of different things that influenced our world through history, through some of these teachings. And I think some of these teachings also, like you say, can get very scary and cultish. On the other hand, some of them is just a misuse of nature. And but this is, It's kind of the history of it. So why is this called then the same name, the Golden Dawn?
You know it. Because it's another, how we can call it, another manifestation and revelation of, in quotes, heritage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like help me, astral heritage. And I was like, what in the world? This is not okay. And they believe that it is not that bad. What the heck can happen? Nothing. Yay. I think they absolutely don't get it. Absolutely, they don't get it. Like, they are opening Pandora's box, and hey,
Yeah. But this happened October 8th. He died on October 6th.
it is everything. Like everything. It is mutually connected, and they absolutely don't get it. Like, I don't know it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Here's another
They
topic.
don't get it. They don't get it.
This is radio astronomers are worried about the mega constellations in the square kilometer array. I mean, I think they're talking about the problems with all the satellites, and it's kind of affecting our frequencies and the radio frequency interference, RFI from satellites.
Yeah.
Has been a concern. And so even if there's things going on out in space that could warn us, those things could be obstructing, right? Kind of like asteroids or anything like that. Unless the satellites are actually watching out.
Yeah.
But are they?
Technically, there is the most. I will say what is the most problem. Do you know what is problem? I will say. Give me a second. So I don't know what. What do you mean by this? I mean, we are talking about frequencies or what?
Yeah, I think it's the story is about radio astronomers are worried about the mega constellations and the square kilometer array. In the coming years, a number of the next generation observatories and arrays will become operational. These facilities will make major contributions to multiple fields of astronomy, exploring the mysteries of the early universe, studying gravitational waves, determining the role of dark matter and dark energy in the cosmic evolution, and directly image Earth-like exoplanets. Unfortunately, this revolutionary development in astronomy may be going up against another major project, the creation of mega constellations. Because of this, the SKA organization, which oversees the International Square Kilometer Array, is insisting that corrective measures be taken so satellites won't interfere with its radio observation once it's operational. And so this was conceived, I guess, in 1990s, and the international collaboration seeks to build and operate the world's largest radio observatory. The project involved thousands of scientists and engineers from 15 different countries. And then out of nowhere, Elon Musk sent up all of his Starlink constellation stuff and all of these satellites, which I don't know why he got permission to do so and what he's doing it for.
I just want to say something, because there is this problem that in half of 50s, second half of 50s, there was a Schumann, right? And there is a Schumann resonance, which is technically some sort of, in quotes, heartbeat of Earth, of Gaia, right? It was 7.85 hertz, right? Now we've got more than half, 8.5, like 8.6, more than 8.6, 8.62, 8.63, and that's the problem, because it is technically like how can I say it? Like, okay, I've got it. Because I need to get through it my head, like for the uh, example. It is like you want to run marathon, right?
Yeah.
But it is the same stuff. Like you want to no, you want to finish the marathon, but with tempo of Saint Bolt running 100 meters. No nonsense. And this is it what we are making it. We are technically violating the Earth. You know, Earth's heart to beating much faster. Maybe it is like it is not that big deal from 7.8 approximately to 8.5, 8.6. No, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it is very big deal. This is what I'm talking about. Okay?
Well, isn't
This
there
is
anyone monitoring this? Nobody's saying anything, or they're not, they don't
this is
care?
it. They don't want to talk about that publicly. They don't want. Because technically we've got in quotes electronic smog, everything, like I don't know, like TVs, radios, computers, of course, normal, then not normal, but on wire uh, internet connections. Of course, you've got cell phone signal practically all around you, all kind of that stuff, and 5G. This is absolute killer for everything, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Once five in those spots where 5G is, the human resonance is more than 8.7. It's like 871. So not 8.623 or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. It's geez. It's not okay. It's not okay.
No.
And of course, I will say it like that. We can piss the planet off. We can, but we are very goddamn stupid if we believe that my Gaia will not show to us middle finger. Sorry, I mean, but it is like that.
Yeah, through volcanoes, through cracking, through like crazy stuff, right?
Absolutely. Volcanoes, earthquakes, I don't know, like sometime somewhere like extremely dry. I don't know how many, years or whatever. No single drop of rain. In other parts like crazy monsoons, I mean floods, heavy floods, or I don't know those hurricanes, all kind of that stuff. Yeah, it is. It will be. I mean, maybe it is like no insider is rude, but this is it. This will be not like no. Our people, my kind and humble inhabitants, be polite to me. No, because how rude and mean we are to the earth. Earth is not uh, upset at us. Earth is pissed off, and she will show middle finger to us in that way, like it or not. That will be that it will be.
Is there anybody that actually in power is trying to stop this, or is everyone just stupidly agreeing and being impressed with people like Elon Musk?
Of course, for example, MURG people. I mean, people from MURG group are let's say making moves, making some progress, but it's not that just that easy. It's take time. It takes time.
Or you think governments would be responsible and even arrest people for trying to
do
do
you
these
really
things?
do you really believe it?
They should. They arrest people for, driving too fast on the road. They can't arrest
Yeah,
people
yeah,
for committing violations and attempts to mass murder billions of people on the planet. That isn't a reason to arrest anyone.
do you know what? Actually, you are right. But for them, no. In their twisted, wicked ass logic, no.
Well,
For
then
them, not a big
they
deal,
should
you
be
know.
arrested too. Then the law isn't just for the poor. The law is for everyone.
No, no, no. I mean, I completely agree with you. I agree. But you know, it will be another way of punishment for them. Believe me, it will
Yeah,
be.
one way or another, they're going to get it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this is from the Sun, the U.S. Sun. Humans' anatomy is evolving faster at a faster rate for centuries as wisdom teeth are vanishing and people are growing new arteries. Huh. Shorter faces, extra leg and foot bones, and new artery in the forearms are also signs our bodies are changing. Shorter faces, an extra leg and foot bone, and new arteries in the forearm. What do you
What
think,
do you
Peter?
mean extra leg? I don't
Not
buy
the leg, the
three.
bone, an extra bone in the leg. So,
But technically, it is happening already.
right, that's what they said. So
But
this is
no,
some
no,
kind
no.
of evolution.
I'm saying that it is happening already. Many people have um, extra leg. Sorry, extra bone in legs. Yeah, yeah,
In the
yeah,
artery in the forearm
yeah.
that
That's
used to
true.
disappear after birth has become increasingly prevalent since the 19th century. Um,
For example, most talented uh, sport people, they've got this kind of anomalies. For example, uh, Argentinian football, so soccer player Lionel Messi, he in quotes should be in quotes Lilliput. That means like what? Like less than 4 foot. So I mean 4 feet. Sorry. So it was like 110, 115 centimeters, but he got crazy ass expensive treatment, and he's normal. Do you know what I mean? But he's one of the most talented football in quotes. I mean in US soccer player. Yeah, for example.
so he had one of those bones and he had it removed?
Give me a second. No, I'm saying that he got anomaly, and other stuff. Extra bones in, I mean, one each in both feet. Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, from Portugal, yeah, the same stuff, the same stuff.
Is this enhancements from corporations or is it something else? Or is it a true evolution?
Let's say they, aka the corporations, they got all around the earth, and they pick, certain, yeah, okay, this is solid genophont, like, okay, the solid genetic line, and they simply got certain specific genetic modification. It was like that.
Okay. So
Just for
let's.
example, it's weird, but it's happened like that, yeah.
What about the artery? What does that do? An additional arteries. Is there anything here that is evolving or is enhancement?
Yeah, because they need to have extra flow of blood.
Oh, because they're being enhanced and then they get that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the World Health Organization official urges world leaders to stop using lockdowns as a primary virus control method. Finally, They're realizing that's just not going to be it. But that means that they want to go into vaccines, or what are they saying here?
That means that how can I say it, like they don't want people to be locked down. Okay, yes, fine, don't restrict freedom stuff. I mean, freedoms, all kind of that stuff. But do you know what happened? Do you know
No,
what happened?
no, what happened?
I will say. It will mutate. It will mutate, yeah.
But either way, we have to go outside, so something's going to happen.
No. I know what you are, where you are pointing about what, but I'm what you are pointing at. But I am talking about yes, total lockdown is not okay. Period. End of story. I know you are right, but I am talking about people being under lock, whatever, and that's the problem because it will mutate, and that's exactly what they want.
So you're saying that they're deliberately doing this because they want people to get sick, still want more people to get sick.
Like it or not, it's true. And that's the problem. They are infiltrated even in WHO.
Oh yeah, we know how corrupt they are. I mean, the head guy over that was dressed in little girls' clothing or something like that in some picture.
Exactly, this is what I'm talking about. This is it.
So
that's the problem, because okay, let's take it that way. The problem is, I mean, for us, everything, I mean, all the best what can possibly happen, but like it or not, this is absolutely crazy. Since MURG, Monarch Umbrella Refugee Group, MURG people stop them, respectively prevent them to spray. I am calling it spray. That means spread more than 100. It's like 130 plus minus, like that. New very dangerous mutations of COVID. Of course, they are not happy. They are goddamn very pissed off. So they start to do it like that. Like, no, it is nonsense. It is nonsense to prevent people to merging groups. No, don't make lockdowns. I mean, and this is it. What WHO is saying, and that's the problem. Because umbrella is they have few infiltrated people in WHO. Just let's call it that way.
Well, that looks pretty obvious, yeah. They bring out the point that people are suicides from children, surge of drug overdoses, domestic violence, and some other issues. I mean, I think the riots have a lot to do with being locked down. I mean, it's imprisoning everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
What they need to do is just shut down the World Health Organization, or just create an independence between all the different nations and not have this huge control system over the well-being of everyone if they're all corrupt over there.
And that's the problem. All of them, they are in certain way.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the most concerning stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they have very little regard, and it doesn't matter. Like, people could say, well, they're attacking all different nations, not just the third world. For a long time, they attacked the third world and used them as experiments. But
now it is like the whole world is technically, in quotes, playground for them.
Right.
That's the problem.
Playground. Yeah. Because
many people will be like, no, insider, I don't like it. But that's the problem. I mean, there are only two ways how to call it. Either either to name it in real deal, that means really ugly truth, or nah, merciful lies, everything is that good, we need to use pink glasses, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the
No.
rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, no, we don't.
Yeah.
If we want to do something like that, no, we can stop doing the shows. You know what I mean? I am not this kind of guy.
Yeah.
No.
No, there's a large percentage of the population wants to hear the truth. They're tired of the lies. It's
But
pretty evident that
but
we're
that's the
being fed a
problem.
lot of lies.
But that's the problem that yes, they want to hear the truth on one way, in one hand, but on the other hand, once someone says this to them, no, this is bad, do you know what I mean? They are this disappointed, and no, this is not okay, I don't want to hear that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to
I'm
move
just
on
saying.
to the next subject. No, it's 100% right. And the people that are listening are the ones that recognize this. Okay, so here's this video. And this is on Mars. It's an ancient tablet. Or it looks like a tablet and has some kind of, you know, we'll play this a little bit. I don't know if we can hear it.
Emblem. Of course, it may not be an emblem at all. It could be completely random. It could even be a fossil of some kind of dead creature. But to me, this looks like it's been carved. And if you look carefully, even in the raw image here, you have what looks like the front cover of a book here and the back cover of a book here, and sort of it's kind of sandwiched together like a book. Now it seems to be joined to this kind of what looks like a piece of plaster or mudstone, whatever it is supposed to be. I don't know. This could just be a random bit of rock that's kind of stuck to it and then broken off. Don't know. It's very odd. I don't know what to think about this one, really. Of course, I usually give my videos provocative titles just to get them noticed. I mean, if you don't do that, people just don't watch them and they don't find them, okay? I'm not trying to stir up any sort of stuff here at all. I'm just saying what I see, you know, and that's not a crime. Let's get the enhancement, and you can now see that letter E or M, okay? A lot clearer. Just darken that right up. There's a close-up. And of course the image quality is not brilliant as usual, but it's good enough to see this because this is near, it's not too far from the rover, okay? This one is fairly close. There's a real dark one. Now you can see that that's whatever this is on the front of it here, whether it is an emblem or not, it's all the same sort of thickness all the way. So it's like an embossed letter. Now, I used to be a sign maker many years ago, and I used to make embossed letters and stick them.
Okay, what do you think, Peter? Is this a stone, or is this actually some kind of tablet or a book, or this is on Mars?
It's tablet, but this MCC agenda, Mars Colony Corporation. Yep.
Okay, is it something related to military and kind of logging or information regarding what's going on there?
Yeah, you are right. Information, let's say log-ish stuff. What happened, what is happening, all kind of that stuff. Yeah. You are right.
Why is it left there on the ground? Is it discarded or?
No, it was done by purpose. Like, hey, you need to see this. But technically, I don't know if they will be able to crack it, if we want to call it that way, because it's encrypted, you know.
Yeah, so they're pretty much just sharing that this exists there. And...
Yeah, exactly. You are right. Yeah.
Okay, it seems to be some decay over here. The rare Higgs boson decay process spotted, and so this is CERN It reached overnight fame in 2012, was finally discovered in a jumble of other particles generated in CERN in Geneva, Switzerland. The discovery was monumental because the Higgs boson, which had only been theorized about previously, has the special property of endowing other elementary particles with mass. It's increasingly rare, difficult to identify in the debris of colliding particles. And we'll go into the full story. So, is it decaying? Is this stuff kind of collapsing, or is this
What do you mean by collapsing? What do you mean by collapsing?
Well, the Higgs boson decays into a pair of elementary particles called muons. The muon is a heavier version of the electron, and both muons and other electrons belong to a class of particles known as fermions, and described in widely accepted model of particles called the Standard Model. So I'm looking for the so in addition, this result, so over here, second generation of the particle, first generation, and then the third generation, the new finding represents the first evidence that it interacts with the second generation fermions. In addition, this result provides further evidence that the decay rate of the Higgs to the fermion pairs is proportional to the square of the mass of the fermion. And so it's not necessarily the facility, but actually is this the product of what they captured in the collider in the past?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah.
And what did they what was that originally? And now it's decaying.
Technically they want to bend, I don't want to say bend, let's say, yes, they initially want to bend time and space. No, here they want to bend space, and then because something went terribly wrong, yeah, and let's take it that way, then Chernobyl and Fukushima disaster together, it was nothing. Do you know what I'm talking about? But they were able to delete it and reverse it, yeah? And yeah, perfect. We've got Higgs boson. Do you know what I'm talking about, like that? So
yeah,
they get pretty much decent out of it. It's crazy. Jeez.
Are they still messing around with our atmosphere and screwing
No,
around
no. I mean, yeah, they are happy, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like nothing like that. They are
less
happy,
dangerous. It's less
of
dangerous
course,
now.
because as I said, we are disconnected from old matrix. We are disconnected.
And this is still hooked into the old matrix.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are right.
All right, next
You are
topic.
right.
I'm going to skip over here. This is an Islamic state. They call them the Beatles. Over, let's see, the hostages and deaths. So 2 British alleged Islamic State suspects have appeared in the U.S. court charged over the killing of 4 American hostages. And they're belonging to the IS cell dubbed the Beatles, involving the kidnapping in Iraq and Syria. This group right here, is this a new group, or is this just like ISIS, or why are they calling themselves the Beatles?
You know, I mean, they are technically some sort of, let's call them, new branch. New branch.
What are they? Assassins?
No, technically they can do pretty much all kind of that things, but let's say more like intelligent-ish stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? About like intelligent-ish like agencies or something like that, and talking about like
Sort of like spies, or?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Here's something I thought was interesting. We never really talked about Göbekli Tepe, the temple that hints at what humans were up to about 11,000 years ago. Not only did it look lush, or with the forests that existed, there are now deserts, grasslands where there are now coral reefs. Humans hadn't yet many things. Of course, we can't ever really know exactly what our ancestors were up to 10,000 years ago, but one place, except for in this site where there's clues, and it's along the lines of Stonehenge and situated by Jermus Mountain. This almost sounds like German. Mountain range of southeastern Turkey, was discovered by the team of American and Turkish surveyors in the 1960s. It has artifacts, there's all sorts of symbology on there. And, here's some of the unusual symbols. A lot of people are familiar with this site. This actually looks like some kind of alligator, or maybe a cross between an alligator and something else. I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. These strange animal figures. This also was there.
Yeah, technically you are right, because they are doing the very similar rituals to Stonehenge, not because we are talking, no, it's not true, they were druids, all kind of that stuff. No, I am talking about yes, there were different cultural, religious aspects, all kind of that stuff. Fine, but I'm saying, look at that geometric layout.
Yeah,
we
they also
need
called
to
it a
go.
skull cult. See that?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
human
yeah, yeah,
skull
yeah.
cult. Okay.
Yeah.
So which gets
We
back
need
to
to,
kind of the
yeah, yeah,
magic.
yeah. Give me,
Yeah.
yes, this is it. This is it.
That
Look
it's
at that.
circular.
It is very similar to Stonehenge. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually had a vision past like an Akashic vision, where I saw them bring people into that spot, and then that were dead, and bring them back to life.
Yeah. That's true.
They could do a lot of things here, and they were hiding it. And then some of the local people, these were not humans. I don't think they were humans that built this. I might be wrong, but I mean, that's my impression, is that they were ETs of some sort, and that the humans started learning doing, and then they destroyed it and left.
Yep. Because the humans, they start to be, let's call it, terrified from that. What
Yes.
it was able to do. What it was
Yes.
able to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Configuration that enabled them to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are right. You are right.
Peter, do you know which group that was? Because I thought they were Anunnaki, but I might have been wrong.
That was the stuff. Anunnaki, that means bad ones, and that's the reason, because at the time people don't realize that they were bad, because technically, oh no, give me a second, technically at the time they were not Anunnaki, they were Nephilims, not
Oh, Nephilims. Okay, well that's different, isn't it, from the Anunnaki?
Yeah, because I was like, Anunnakis are long gone, like 6 million of years long gone.
Yeah.
And they are two groups, good ones Elohims and bad ones Nephilims. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, yes, if we wanna call it that way, then yeah, okay.
Yeah. If one of their guys died, they would just bring them back to life, and they do that here. But in the story of Ishtar was revived back by the group. Remember that she went into the underworld?
I know.
Yeah. It's the same thing. They have the technology and the ability to do that.
I know.
And Lazarus, in the story of Jesus, he was using that kind of ability as well.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
I don't know if it was the same technology, but or magic.
Yes, the same. Absolute the same. Yeah. And do you know what is actually what is for people in not only in India or Pakistan, but technically Tibet, China, what is in quotes end of the world, some sort of mythology-ish stuff as for Europeans or people in Northern America. It's Atlantis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for people in China, I don't want to say it's end of the world, but some sort of mythologic-ish stuff, and everyone is all over there like, we need to get for it, we need to find it. It's Shangri-La. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over in like Tibet area. Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Yep.
what?
Over like in the area of Tibet,
Yeah,
Shangri-La.
yeah. Technically, not
India.
only Tibet. I'm saying that for people in Asia,
Yeah.
okay, most part of Asia, Shangri-La is like, yeah, once we will find Shangri-La, once we will go there, it will be like a golden place, like pure Eden. Do you know what I'm talking about, like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like that. Like
Okay,
that,
so
yeah.
okay, well, you're talking about a golden place. Peter, you didn't.
What?
Here we are. We're going to talk about gold. So, review. Let's see. This is an article. Something is filling the universe with gold, but nobody knows what makes it possible. Just a few years ago, NASA released one of the most shocking news of recent times. They had just found the largest gold deposit ever known, and indeed it was in space. It was 16 Psyche, an asteroid that is located between Mars and Saturn that is composed mainly of gold, in addition to other heavy materials such as iron or nickel. Making an estimate, NASA considers the value of this rock to be $10,000 quadrillion, but it is its nature remains a mystery. I have a
What?
lot of thoughts on this one.
Just say me what?
Well, I mean, is this what Elon Musk is trying to put his dirty paws on? I mean,
You said it. You said it.
or any of those like corporations or whatever, you know?
Yeah, you said it. You said it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, it's all about the gold, and people always talk about how, people talk about monochromatic gold and they have to use it. And I've also heard that the use of monochromatic gold actually is used because of a depleted what do you call it, the pineal gland, because if the pineal gland is not working properly, then they have to enhance it with this monochromatic gold. And I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told, so I stayed away from any stuff like that. So but it's addiction of the gold for some of the civilizations, particularly the Anunnaki, who liked doing a lot of the mining, but they weren't the only ones that did this. Obviously, humans are doing it now, but maybe through guidance of corporations and governments, right? Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Just enjoying
Tell us
your
your thoughts
solo.
about 16 Psyche.
What?
Tell us what your thoughts are about 16 Psyche, the asteroid that has all the gold.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Do you know who is involved in trying to retrieve this? Obviously, NASA has, identified it.
Believe it. It will be interesting. The fight for it will be interesting. I know certain things but I don't wanna get too deep into the stuff.
What about these people, Jasara? I mean, is this part of what they're talking about, or is this no?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that
one's good.
What do you think? Do we have any other stuff to talk about? I don't know.
Yeah, this one right here. The mystery deepens around the unmanned spy boat washed up in Scotland. Here it is. It almost looks like there's some kind of not satellite. What do you call it? Solar panels or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
I'm a South London-based technology journalist, consultant, and author. Last week, a small unmanned vessel washed up in a rocky Scottish Isle of Tiree, about 100 miles from the UK's nuclear submarine base at Foslane. It was identified as a wave glider, a type made by the US company Liquid Robotics, which is capable of traveling thousands of miles and is used by both the US and the Britain's Royal Navy, as well as other government agencies and scientific researchers. The local Coast Guard have been unable to trace the owner so far, but the craft's configuration suggests it was on a secret mission.
Yeah, it is pretty much the stuff what... Yeah, that's true. They want to... Technically, they don't want. They are making deep research. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like deep underground research.
Okay, so is it working with is this from the UK?
From new, I mean from new family, new club. They are in charge. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can say it loudly from show house.
From Shar House is gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so what did they like accidentally lost it or
No, they are doing it, making active research.
So even though it looks like it's just sitting there unmanned, it's still working.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So.
Well, just say me.
Yep. No, I mean, it's typical because we know the Shaw House has been causing a lot of problems and we still have more information coming out about that, but we can't talk about it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right.
Tell more about what's going on there. Last story for the day. Gilgamesh Tomb believes that this is all some of the Anunnaki stuff coming up today. They believe that they found the tomb of where Gilgamesh was born or died. I mean,
died.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Peter?
Technically, but let's read through that and.
Okay. So the archaeologists in Iraq believe they may have found the lost tomb of King Gilgamesh, the subject of the oldest book in history. The Epic of Gilgamesh, written by a Middle Eastern scholar 2,500 years before the birth of Christ, commemorated the life of the ruler of the city of Uruk, from which Iraq gets its name. Now, a German-led expedition was discovered that what it is thought to be the entire city of Uruk, including where the Euphrates once flowed, the last resting place of its famous king. I don't want to say definitely it was the grave of King Gilgamesh, but it looks very similar to that described in the epic. Jorge Fassbinder of the Bavarian Department of Historical Monuments in Munich told the BBC World Services Sciences in Action program, and this is magnetic in the book, actually a set of inscribed clay tablets. We were looking at tablets on Mars, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh was described as having been buried under the Euphrates in a tomb apparently constructed when the waters of the ancient river parted following his death. We found just outside the city of the area that the middle of the former Euphrates River, the remains of such a building, which could be interpreted as a burial. So, if this is Gilgamesh, then we disrupted his gravesite.
I will say no. This is not Gilgamesh. I mean, they believe that they found the tomb, but it is not. Let's say it is tomb area, but they don't get to the right deal, real deal tomb till nowadays.
But my question is Gilgamesh even dead? Because he wanted immortality, because I remember the story.
Of course he is not dead, just by the way.
Right.
But technically, he needs to fake his own death. It's pretty obvious, you know?
So then people stop looking for him.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, do we have any other stuff? Because I think so you said this is last story?
This is the last one. Just the last question, Peter. Do
Okay.
you know where Gilgamesh is now?
Yes, we know as an organization, but it still should stay or still remain secret.
Is he causing any problems?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's it for today, and we are still pursuing and trying to resolve the Shaw House issues.
Yeah, this is that will be crazy. Yes, yeah.
And yeah, well. Meanwhile, we'll keep everyone posted, and thank you for listening. And I'm glad that we're able to bring some of these different topics to the table. I think it's been very enlightening, Peter. Thank you for shedding light on some of these issues. And unfortunately, they're still performing black magic. This is kind of a theme here. Yeah. Black magic on the planet to have their agendas and these ritual deaths. We need to stop these. But thank you,
You are
Peter.
Absolutely right.
Thank you, Peter, for all of your insight and your time.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to be on your show.
You're welcome, and thank you everyone for listening. Continue to listen as I said. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to listen to the radio station. This is a way for you to listen even to some of the older shows that have information, and just to help you put the pieces together and understand more about what's going on in our world today. And check out the ACIO website as well, and it will help you to kind of keep up with all the definitions and what we're talking about, and some of the understanding of the secret space programs and other involvements that the Mars Corporation and so forth, and what's going on that the ACIO is involved in. So thank you again, and everyone have a good day.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel Jessica Ariel Morocco and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.